Campus Revival Tour, you're releasing the deluxe version of your EP. So how does it feel to I mean, it's college kids, uni kids, so this might soundtrack all their nights out now. How does that feel?
Oh, it's so exciting. That is actually such a beautiful way to word it. Oh my God, I hadn't even thought it like that. Because the songs that I found in my uni years were just like are still the most special thing to me. So like, whoa, I love that thought that they could be any part in soundtracking some of the most really special years and communities of your life.
Yeah, I just think it's so cool. Like I wish when I went to uni they did cool things like have musicians come in and play songs and yeah.
Yeah. I love that concept. Yeah, it's I truly like being at uni and going to gigs like this. It's like where you find your like community and your space, and so it's like it's really exciting to be able to be part of something that hopefully is like nurturing that.
Yeah, absolutely. And as we mentioned with like the release of the deluxe version, I think there's something really cool and fitting about it being called like idealist and then realist. So I guess like as a working musician, what's the something that the idealistic version of you maybe didn't expect?
Hmm, carrying stuff. It's so much carrying things. Like, even today, I've like just come back from rehearsal, and we've made the decision to bring a third guitar on the tour, and it's just like, man, it's so many trips to the car, and it's like I think it's like more cardio than I anticipated carrying stuff up hills. But that's okay. It's worth it for the music, for the songs.
Yes, you definitely don't need any gym like in between rehearsals and
No, literally, I'm like, dude, it's a workout.
And you play big sound and you've also supported great artists like Thelma Plum, who I also absolutely love. So was there a particular moment from one of those shows where you thought, okay, like this is really happening?
Yeah, oh my gosh, so much completely. I mean, both of those shows very much had that feeling for me. I think Big Sound has like always been a really big dream for me because I it's so nice. Like I volunteered there and then I worked there and then it was always my goal to one day play there and then we won the Triple J on Earth slot and it was just like, oh my gosh, this is happening. And it was so special. It was like a real moment that made me feel like, oh wow, like I can do this thing. It was really like affirming. It made me believe like in it so much more. And it was really cool. I think there's like a real element of like sometimes like you push yourself to meet the standards that are being sort of put upon you. So like because that was like a more high pressure industry sort of like bigger show than I'd played ever, I was like, how can I make my show as big as I can? And like from there, that's where we sort of really found like the Serendipity live show and like being able to keep like exploring that and improving it and working on it, which I've really loved. So definitely, yeah, that show was really, really special for me. And also, yeah, the Thelma Plum one was crazy because she was like one of my like biggest inspirations when I was little. And I remember my first ever thing I uploaded on Triple J Unearthed said like Thelma Plum was my reference, like my influence. And I was like, what do you mean I'm rooting for her? She's so sweet.
And speaking of references, like even I've seen some people compare your sound to like Florence and the Machine as well, is really up there. So is there any artists who you love to, I guess, kind of be not compared to, but like referenced as?
So completely. Yeah, I love Florence and the Machine is such a big inspiration for me. So it's so special that people have compared to that. Florence and the Machine, Aurora as well is actually my favorite musician in the whole world. She's just like the person that I discovered was like 12 and was like, whoa, that's what I want to do. And like Aurora Florence and the Machine, Paris Paloma, Erin LeCount, who's on tour in Australia at the moment. That whole kind of like universe I'm really inspired by. But also with like some of the sort of folk girl energy of like Lizzie McAlpine and then the pop girl energy of Maisie Peters, mixed in with a bit of like Sigur Rós, I think that's how you pronounce it, like that kind of Scandinavian, like pop kind of
Yeah.
sparkle. That's my kind of concoction.
Amazing. Really good group there. And with the new songs that you're gonna showcase at the Campus Revival Tour, like without giving too much away, tell us a bit about that and how did you know when the original project wasn't finished and that there was more to add to it?
With the idealist version of the
Yes.
EP.
Yes.
Oh, definitely. Well, my manager, when I first started working with her, I sent her like the demos of my songs. Um, and she really loved them. And she always had this idea. She was like, oh my gosh, wait, we should put that one out. And I was like, oh, haha, no. And then I thought about it more and I was like, what if we like played into that more and we did that this realist version? So it's sort of like I what I really wanted to do with this extended EP was draw like tribute to the roots of the songs. So like where they evolved from. We've got like a demo from a demo from the song Feather, like the moment we created it, and it's like you can feel the excitement in the recording. It's like faster than the original recording, and you can just feel us like we just got so excited, layering and layering. When Amelia and I wrote it together, and then a jar. When I wrote a jar, it was really sort of sad, like folk sitting on the floor song, but we produced it into being this like really sparkly pop song. Um, so I really enjoyed like kind of we did the alternative version of it, making it sort of sad on purpose. So we wanted it to have its sort of sad girl moment with the alternative version. And then yeah, we popped in a little live from the garden recording too with another song called Tomorrow, which I've always wanted to release, but it's never felt like a belonged in a big produced world, so it felt really special. We recorded it in my co-producer's garden and with kittens. So
I
there were
love
kittens running
that.
around.
So cute. And the
Mm.
purpose of the Campus Revival Tour is to bring live music back into university spaces. So I guess you're reflecting back at what was your relationship like with music when you were that age?
Yeah, when I was at uni, oh my God, completely. Well, I studied music in uni, so I it was completely immersed.
Yeah.
I met all my closest friends, probably, or like a really large blob of my closest friends. Um, and my collaborators, I met my co-producer Brian, who we made the entire EP together. Um, in like my first year, well, I heard him. He put like a demo up on a sharing workshop, and I was like, oh, "What is that? We must work together." And then we just haven't stopped. And he's one of my best mates now too. Um, and yeah, I feel like the sense of community and sense of belonging that you find from like going to these gigs and finding these places, um, and even just like the artists that are at that time. Like for example, we listen to a lot of like middle kids, me and my friends, middle kids and Gang of Youths, and it just like still whenever I listen to the songs, I'm like, ah, I feel like nostalgic for like the first year of uni. Yeah, so I think that sense of like community and friendship and like yeah, that the third spaces that live music create. My friend wrote a piece about it one time, and just that, yeah, that sense of belonging, I think was everything.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think like so many young bands sometimes start from uni as well, especially those that
Yeah,
study music together.
really.
And there's so many bands still together now that, they go back to their uni days. So what do you think it is about like campuses and uni that bring people together in that aspect?
I think it really like forces you to do it, which is good because
Yeah.
sometimes like when you're young, it's scary to like. I remember like them asking, "What do you feel like you want to learn the most?" And I remember sitting there being like, "I have these songs in my head, but I don't know how to put them into the universe." I was like, "I don't know how to get them out of my head and into worlds that I can share with people." So it's like a really, I feel like taught you how to project build. At least my degree was like so awesome. It like really taught you how to like and I think like collaboration being the key element of that, it sort of like puts you in these rooms where you hear other people's stuff. You go, oh, I like that. Well, let's work together. Let's make some things. And the more you practice working with people, the less sort of slightly awkward and scary it gets until it's like now, like, yeah, collaborating with people musically is just like my favorite thing to do.
Yeah.
Like
Sometimes you
writing
just have to
together
do
on,
it to make it feel okay. Like
yeah,
it's like not just in music, but like a lot of things in general.
completely.
Like just do it and
Oh
it
my
feels
God.
yeah.
Jump in the deep end type beat. Yeah.
And lastly, like you're playing three different university cities on this tour, like Sydney, Wollongong, Brisbane. So what are you hoping happens at these shows that you can't necessarily plan or rehearse?
Ooh, that's a good question. I always hope that maybe people might know some of the words to my songs. That's always like the craziest, most special feeling singing along at the launch show. Just like when you can hear everyone singing, like specifically a jar, everyone was like singing it so loud back. I was like, guys, this is my dream. So definitely that. And that people make friends with each other. I don't know, for me it's always like about the connection with yourself and with the music and the moment and the people around you. So I really hope that people come away sort of finding that sense of community um from these shows.
Yeah, and like I mean that's one of the favorite things that I like to do too. If I go to a show and say like maybe I don't know the opening act, I make an
Yeah.
effort to listen to their music so that way I can kind of go
Yeah.
and sing and support them as opposed to just standing there and being like, I don't know any of your songs.
Yeah. I really hope that, yeah, I hope that they've come away with with the new artists that they connect with, and hopefully the supports as well. They're
Yes.
fantastic. So I hope people come down for the sports and find their music as well.
Yeah, and then after this tour, like what are you up to? Is there anything else in the future that you want to plug or other ways that people can get behind you and support you?
Yeah, well, come to shows is always just so and buying merch. We've got a beautiful like handmade merch run. We've got screen printed t-shirts and bracelets and earrings that we designed specially. There's also seeds. You get free seeds with the shirts. And our shows also have like a sensory corner and a little like gratitude note corner and a beading corner. So like come get engaged. Um, yeah, streaming the music is always helpful and following on socials, just coming along, engaging on socials, being part of the journey. I'm under Serendipiti Music with an I, not a Y. Um, and what I've got upcoming, yeah, well, we have exciting things in the works that we are. My manager would say you're not allowed to say too much, but we are building a new body of work. I've been spending a lot of time in the studio writing for it, and we're doing some more producing, and I'm really excited about these new songs.